Hello everybody, it's me again, Charles Norman from Sports Solutions LLC. We are the creators of AthleticSOS.com. It is a software that allows you, if you're trying to get an athletic scholarship, to know all of your options and opportunities, and we offer it to you at absolutely no cost to you. So please, down in the description, I will give you the instructions for going in and signing up. And like I said, there's no cost to you. So in this video, I wanted to talk about giving back to the community. Now, I say this a lot because I talked about this originally because of the NIL, the name, image, and likeness. Now, I'm out in California, and in California, you can start your NIL world at the high school level. But I was telling you guys to do this more to give back to the community because it makes you a better candidate for college coaches. It fills in those soft spots. If you're running neck and neck with someone trying to get an athletic scholarship, when you put that information out about how you're community oriented, it just looks better for you. But the reason I wanted you to do it was because you're giving back to the community. And so I think people are missing that. It's sort of, everybody looks at it sort of like it's a strategy, but that's not what I was trying to put forward. What I was trying to do is say, let's give back and it'll benefit you as far as trying to get an athletic scholarship, but it's gonna help your community out. That's the main reason to do it. So the other thing that I wanted to kind of get is that don't necessarily try to go out and do everything on your own. So what are some of the ways that you can give back that are more subtle? You don't have to go out and be a super social media person and take your camera everywhere with you and it looks a little inauthentic. You've got your, let's start your high schools first. So usually during the summer, during the spring, your schools will put camps on. Find out from your coach what the camps are and make sure you go there and help out, or say, hey coach, maybe we can go in and demonstrate what it means to go into the weight room, right? And really put in a workout in the weight room. Or when you do your run, how far you're running. Maybe you can run with the kids during the camp and push them a little bit because they'll be looking up to you as a hero type thing, especially if you're on the varsity and you're one of those kids that's a star in the neighborhood. They know who you are. And so for you just to come and spend time with them is going to be a big deal. Now, I will say you should record some of this stuff for your online and have it in your, if you have a social media presence, that should be there. But it's a mixed set of reasons. You're giving back to your community, but you're also starting to record your world and how you move through the world, which will be a benefit to you somewhere down the line. I'm almost sure of it. The other thing is, the other benefit is to those kids. You don't know who in that audience is looking at you, and you're going to change their life. You're going to change their work ethic on how they approach the sport. You're going to change their idea of giving back in the community west. And it could be their parents that are sitting there with their kids at the camp. You know, they're waiting to take them home after a couple of hours, or they're coming back and forth, and they see what you're putting into the world, and maybe it inspires them to go do something outside of themselves and for the community. It's very, very addictive when you start to watch someone else give and you can't figure out what's going on, and it just makes you feel like, hey, I want to move that forward too. I want to do the same thing. People are really good in this world, but they just don't want to be a sucker, right? They just don't want to feel like they're being taken advantage of. And so when they see you give, they will give too. And so those are some of the ways that you can kind of give back within the envelope of the world you're in anyway. You're already up at the school, you already work out up there. And so where this also is going to benefit you is when you move on to the collegiate level, you'll have that ingrained in who you are, and you start giving back there. And that, my friends, will change your life. Because if you're an athlete at the collegiate level, plus you give back to the community, you're going to be a whole nother level of person when you come out of school. People are going to be throwing jobs at you because they know the type of person you are, and that is probably the biggest benefit you're going to have in this world, is that people understand you as a person who takes care of business. You're a great athlete. You give back when you don't have to, because you can very easily just move on through your life and just worry about yourself. That's what people are looking for in other people, and they will move you forward as an appreciation for what you offer to everyone else. And so those are just some of the things that I wanted to kind of throw out there for you guys. And so it could stay local. A lot of people were like, oh, should I go to a underprivileged community? Should I go volunteer just on my own, I would rather you not do that. Don't just go to the park and get a bunch of kids and you guys go running through the park, or you go, hey, I'm going to, because the minute you start instructing them, you're sort of responsible if something goes wrong there. So you don't want to get into that world, but you do want to get into something that's a little bit organized where you can come by and help out. You don't want to go full time. You still have to work on your stuff too, but if you could just stop by, or you can come in, for an hour or half an hour, just to show the work ethic and what you go through and how important it is for your nutrition, how important it is for your to doing your workouts and the training and your skill development and what you go through to do that. If you can show that off to some of the, especially the younger people, that's a great thing. You can also do things in the community that aren't about your sport, right? There's elderly things, but just go and ask, what can I do? I want to do some stuff for the community in the neighborhood. I want to use my celebrity, limited as it is, but in that small town or in that community that you're in, it's a big deal. It's not a little deal. Don't undersell yourself. Don't oversell yourself, but don't undersell yourself. You've got a lot to contribute, and you need to get that mindset. You need to get in the idea of giving without necessarily receiving something directly back, but it may benefit you later on down the line. And don't forget, you may do all of this and it doesn't do anything for you. You just move through life anyway. It's still a great thing to do, just inside you, inside your heart, just what you're trying to pull off. And it's one of the reasons we went from a paid version of our software to a basically we're sponsored now, right? It's not enough. We're not going to be messing around with Facebook or Microsoft or anything like that, but we're doing okay. And so if you guys sign up for us, and again, I'll put in the description down below, you will find out all of your options and opportunities. You're going to put in your academic information, you're going to put in your, your gender, you're going to put in the sports you play, you're going to put the area of the country you may be interested in, you're going to put the level that you believe you can compete in at the collegiate level, and we're going to show you a list of schools that fit your profile that you should be looking at as an opportunity, and then you can do an outreach, and we tell you about how to do that outreach so that you can get on their radar, and hopefully you get an athletic scholarship, because I think that can be important moving forward. Because the other thing that I kind of want to throw into this video right now, and I'm going to make a whole video on it, is there's some financial stuff going on in the world right now. I'm starting to see it at our different tournaments. A lot of kids aren't signing up this year. They're not getting as many teams. A lot of organizations that used to be around have tampered down some of the levels that they allow kids to come out for. And I think this is just getting started a little bit on, okay, what do we do as families financially? What do we have to take off the table? And most people will give something to their kids, take care of their kids, make sure they're enjoying their lives, and they'll cut something else out for themselves before they'll just let their kids kind of suffer. But for the most part, things are starting to tighten up on everyone. And so if you can get some money to go to school, to go to college, you need to get that. And don't forget, they are not going to cancel student loan debt. It's not going to happen. The way it's tied in on the back end, I don't think they even can. And if they could, it would only be a small subsection of kids. Maybe the ones that are government backed or the ones that are private. They can't do everything. The government only has so much control. They can't just cancel student loan debt, right? So you don't want to build up a bunch of that and start off behind the 8 ball here. We've been doing that for the last 25, 30 years, and it's got a lot of people in trouble, and it kind of stunts your ability to move forward once you leave school. So you want to see if you can get some money. And then don't forget that most of the college athlete scholarships are equivalency, which means they're not full ride, they're partial. They may give you 20%, 25% of a scholarship, and you still got to pay the difference. You need to know how much does it cost to go to that school overall. We show you in our software. And so those are the kind of things that we want to make sure when you are doing this, you're starting to position yourself so you can find the schools that fit you perfectly. And then those are the ones you should be going for. Those are the ones you should play for. Don't just look at the ESPN and the ticker that goes underneath and pick your schools out. Don't just look at the schools that play on the top level schools. There's tons of schools across the country that would love to have you on the campus as an athlete and as a student, and you will be happy to be there. Find those schools, apply to those schools, let those coaches know you're interested. Let your high school coach or your travel club coach know, these are the schools I'm interested in, can you help me out? Let's get you tied in with the school that fits where you want to be and why you want to be there. Everything kind of lines up for you. That's where we want you to go. That's what I want for you guys more than anything else. All right. So I'm off my soapbox now. Just letting you know, down below, you're going to get that information that you need to use our software. Again, no cost to you. There will be some opportunities and offers inside the software. So parents, make sure your parents sign you up. You cannot sign yourself up. You have to be 18 and over to sign up. So have your parents sign you up so they understand what's going on in there. And then I promise you, it's everything. I've vetted everything that's in there. There's nothing that's going to be harmful, nothing shady in there. None of that stuff's going on. I don't put up with nonsense. So anyway, so it's all available to you guys. Best of luck to you guys as always. If you want to continue playing, we're here for you and we want to help you. All right, talk to you later. Bye.